Hey team, it's Ryan, and you're listening to Life at UpKeep, a podcast about the people and team in our company doing amazing work together. Through the eyes of our very own UpKeepers, you get a glimpse into our amazing company culture, our team's big wins and small wins, how members of our team came to join and love UpKeep, and so much more. Today, I'm really excited to talk to Ben, one of our account executives. What's up, Ben?
What's up? My name's Ben. I'm one of the account executives here at UpKeep. And really, to summarize my role, it's just empowering hardworking technicians, facility managers, maintenance teams to really just become more productive through the adoption of new technologies.
Ben, how did you first find out about UpKeep and what made you want to join the team a year and a half ago?
I was doing like service sales with a company and kind of transitioning out of that, and really just saw that SaaS was where I wanted to go in a sales career. And I was looking on Built in LA, and I came across this company called UpKeep, and I started looking into it, and I was like, "Whoa, all right, this is pretty cool. This is sick." This is my fifth startup that I've been a part of now, and so kind of familiar with like for things to look for in a startup. And like I was just looking at where they were going, who was backing them, and I'm like, these guys are onto something. I reached out, I applied for this position. At that time, I was not quite qualified for the position that I was looking at. I was like, man, I was devastated. Like, it was the first time I'd ever been like devastated with not like landing a job. I'm like, I know I want to be with these guys. And so I just got to do it, start doing like digital knocks back on, like reaching back on, like, hey guys, do you have anything else like available? Or ended up taking another job like right after. But then I got a call like 3 days into starting this other job from my now director. And he was just like, hey, so we didn't really think you're a great fit for this last one, but we think you're a great fit for this one. What do you think about this? And I was like, yes, I'll take it. I mean, it's been a fun, awesome experience since.
I remember our interview together. I remember walking out of that interview going like, "Oh my God, I want that guy on our team." Ben is such a positive spirit, such a great person. What really stood out about you, Ben, your persistence. I mean, it was crazy. It was so cool to see that. You know, you're mentioning like these digital knockbacks. That obviously works. It worked for us. I know that was also another really difficult decision for you to accept a job 3 days in, say, hey, I also just got a different opportunity, or my top choice must not have been easy.
What made it the final decision maker on there was like I have like family and friends in the maintenance community, and it was like I found a product, and it's so easy to get behind because it's legitimately a product that changes lives. I jokingly like say that a lot, but really at the end of the day, like we're literally giving people time back in their day to like go back and spend with their families.
What's even more meaningful to me has been like the transition to COVID. And if you think about it, paper and pen, filing cabinets just does not work in this COVID world. And so when you talk about like completely changing people's lives, what we're seeing is that UpKeep has enabled companies to now work remotely, people to be able to do work remotely, look at what's going on, who's doing what, run reports all digitally, because prior to this, everything was filed away in filing cabinets.
And exactly to your point, Ryan, like, companies, when you meet circumstances like this, like the companies that are successful are the companies that can pivot and adapt to the current situations. Like literally companies had to shut down. And so it's like, how can you continue to operate if you can't physically have people there? Yeah.
You've talked to hundreds of, I'm going to guess now, thousands of different prospects. Is there one customer that stands out to you most that you're like, this person, this group, this company, forever ingrained in my memory for XYZ reason?
John Dupree with Decora Blinds is yeah, I will never forget John. He was super pumped to get everything going. We had everything squared away. And then COVID hit and they shut down. They had to shut everything down. They had to leave. And then it was just put hold on everything. We kept pinging back and forth. He's like, Ben, I don't know when we're coming back. I've just been furloughed. Then it came back. And then he was like, hey, we're back online. We can get some things in here. So we got to see where things are on the budget. He pitched to it. I got on the phone with some of their other folks and the other team members, did some presentations on it. And we got UpKeep pushed back up on the top of their, priority list. And then they're like, all right, I think we can do this. And even now more so, it helps us keep track of where everything is at. And so we finally got them across. It came off almost like 9 months that it took to get this thing
Yeah.
across the line, but we did it. I remember just vividly the day they signed. I was just like, oh, finally. And John was the same way. He's like, Ben, guess what? I'm like, what? He's like, I got it signed. I'm like, yes.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
You mentioned November last year. Ben, that's 12 months ago.
Oh,
It's been a year. It's November 2020. What an awesome story to share, Ben. What's something that you love about UpKeep?
no 2 days are really the same. Like, you can have like similar talk tracks, but because everyone's coming from such a different place, it's something different every day. But more what I love is just like, again, this is my fifth startup that I've been with. It's a fast paced yet laid back environment. All of our colleagues they're capable, they're passionate, they're down to earth. And I'll tell you right now, just with all the different companies I've been with, that's a rarity. Like, you'll get bits and pieces in each one, but it's so rare just to find these like all together in one. And so like that's what keeps me coming in, back in and day out.
Cool, Ben. I really appreciate it. I feel very fortunate, lucky to have you as part of this team, and I'm excited to see what you do the next year and a half and maybe the next 15 years going forward. Thanks again, Ben, for joining me on this episode of Life at UpKeep. If anyone on the team wants to connect with me, shoot me a Slack message, shoot me an email at ryan@monupkeep.com. Hope to connect with everyone, and I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks again, Ben.
Thanks, Ryan.